pack. We're really, really experienced with pack. Here's an example of packaging from men's deodorant section. What we can see here is that the heat maps showing which products are getting the attention. So this one's doing particularly well in this planogram layout. The way that we traditionally do this sort of testing is that it's a pre-testing before the pack goes to the shelf. And so what we've got here is 6 different designs measured against a shopping process that's confidential. Essentially, this is when I'm walking down the aisle, going to a purchase decision, and how I feel about that purchase decision and the brand. And we chart this against the current design. What we've got here is designs 3 and 4 were doing really well when they were in the shelf, and design 1 was doing really well effectively. Once you picked it up and you were looking at it and going, do I want to buy that or not? Yes, I do. So we were intrigued by the results for this one in particular, that 3 and 4 were doing well here and 1 was doing well there. And did some research over the academic literature and found this, which you can see here, Albert Einstein. Yep. And hopefully you can see Marilyn Monroe. Yep. Okay. May surprise you to know that they're actually the same photo, as I'll prove to you as I wrestle my way through 2003. There we go. You get that? Cool, huh? So what happens is that your visual cortex actually encodes for different information at different distances. So when you're walking down the aisle, the things that stand out to you are not the same things that help you make that purchase decision. So it means that pack's got to work in 2 different ways. Pack's got to work in shelf and it's got to work in your hand as well. So I have to carry on, rattling on. There we go. So we fed that back to the design agency, and they iterated 2 new designs and did significantly better than the 6 that we tested previously. And at that moment, I'm going to hand back to Dan, who's going to take you through some really nice examples from TV.
Okay. Now this example was worked on by Millward and Think Eyetracking together, and we helped J&J improve a TV ad for Rock Complete Lift, which is a premium face cream that gives you kind of like an instant facelift. Now, I'll show you that in a second. It's in French, so I should explain about what's happening. The woman is talking about how the product gives her extra confidence, and in the product demo, it's talking about the lift and fix technology and how that lifts. It's sagging. Sorry, I'm sagging. Sagging the chin by about 2 millimeters. Okay. But take a look at the ad.
Incroyable. Un petit lift, ça change tout. Avec ce visage, je me retrouve.
Le nouveau soin hydratant Rock Complete Lift contient une technologie révolutionnaire, Lift and Fix. Il procure immédiatement à la peau un lift mesurable de 2 mm qui dure. Nouveau Rock Complete Lift Jour. Technologie Lift and Fix. Un lift de 2 mm qui dure. Rock. Promesse tenue.
Now this ad had lots of potential because what happened was people really identified with the woman. They got the mood and tone and feel of the ad dead right, and there was a lot of emotional warmth generated. However, we knew from the link results that we had a bit of an issue because after the initial setup scene with the woman looking in the mirror and getting ready, and there were lots of additional comments just about the woman herself and what people thought of her, you can see that recall of the ad and interest in the ad fell away very rapidly. And in particular, recall of what was shown and said during the demo sequence was extremely low. We have had levels of up to sort of 40% for equivalent scenes in other commercials. So clearly we had an issue. So I'll now show you the eye tracking results, which clearly demonstrate what the issue was. In this case, each dot represents where an individual was looking.
Incroyable. Un petit lift, ça change tout. Avec ce visage, je me retrouve.
Le nouveau soin hydratant Rock Complete Lift contient une technologie révolutionnaire, Lift and Fix. Il procure immédiatement à la peau un lift mesurable de 2 mm qui dure. nouveau Rock Complete Lift Jour. Technologie Lift and Fix. Un lift de 2 mm qui dure. Rock. Promesse tenue.
I hope you appreciate the irony that we've got a little technical glitch there that drew your eye away from the demo. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Does everyone sort of figured, what happened on that? I mean, it is very hard, male or female, to tear your eyes away from someone who looks like they might be about to take their top off. I don't know, it's not just me, I'm swearing. In fact, just a little aside, we did some brainwave work. Does anyone remember the famous Levi's 501 ad with Nick Kamen, the laundrette? Apparently, there's an arousal response amongst all males when he takes his trousers down. Talk about not wanting to permit things, but it's obviously, because you kind of, well, I think we won't go into it. We haven't got time, have we, guys? Okay. So you can see from the eye tracking results in this case that the attention was drawn away from the product demo towards the woman, and it made it really hard for anyone to even hear, let alone, because they're not looking at the demo and they're distracted, to actually take in what was being said about the product during the demo. Okay? Now, armed with this knowledge, together with some very useful learnings we had about what makes this kind of demo effective, some more general learnings, the ad agency could go away and re-edit the ad and rebuild the ad, together with other diagnostics from the link as well. And here's the revised version.
Avec une peau moins relâchée, je me retrouve.
Exclusivité Rock. Le nouveau Complete Lift associe deux puissants actifs anti-relâchement. La THPE contracte les cellules pour un lift de 2 mm. La Bugrane reconstruit l'élastine pour maintenir le lift durablement. Résultat, un lift de 2 mm qui dure.
Quelques millimètres et je parais plus jeune. Avec ce visage, je me redécouvre.
Nouveau Complete Lift. Un lift de 2 mm qui dure. Rock. Promesse.
So you can see they've made quite significant changes to certain parts of the ad. And what's very clever there is you'll notice that the way that the product is shown and it's overlaid with the woman's face helps to tie the action of the product as the kind of hero of the story that gave the woman the face improvement, that gave her the confidence. So again, it didn't just affect comprehension and outtake of what the 2 millimeters message, etc. It also helped to brand the ad more tightly with the rest of the creative. And when you look at the uplifts in schools, I haven't normalised these, which is very lazy days. I do apologise. They're on actually different scales. But you can see the impact is actually gone up by more than 70%. Communication was stronger and persuasion was stronger. That's actually on a mean score, so it kind of hides the extent of the increase. Which means overall effectiveness was over 80% better compared with the original. And obviously there was a lot of money that was spent behind this commercial, because TV advertising still isn't cheap, despite the credit crunch. Anyway, that's the last example we have for you, and we're pretty much on time, which we're glad about. Just one thought to leave you with. I've been working in market research for 19 years next month, and I sometimes get disappointed that we still, as an industry, get accused of not always providing actionable results, sometimes being a bit descriptive. And my learning from working with Think Eye Tracking is that eye tracking is different. It really can lead to very specific, actionable results that lead to business benefits like the examples we've shown today. So hope you all found it interesting. Thank you very much.